Hey guys, it's modthebod. What's up, everybody? Modthebod here. How y'all doing? I'm doing okay. So this is a topic that I think a lot of you may eventually get tempted to pursue, which is online gambling. And when you're trying to achieve your goal, sometimes you want quick ways to make cash. And especially for online, I haven't really found any quick ways to make cash except this really nice site that pays you for reviews. And I don't know if I should be promoting it, but you heard about the music site called Slice the Pie. I mean, that's the only one that I think that I've tested it out and actually pays. But that's completely different topic, So today I want to talk about a topic that I think, as far as online gambling goes, I want to talk about horse gambling in particular, because I have a pretty good amount of experience with the horse gambling. I didn't lose an extreme amount of money horse gambling. What happened was, when I was horse gambling, I did it little by little. I didn't like bet $300 at one time. I did it like in small amounts, maybe $2 here, $3, $4 here. I actually wrote it down. I actually had a notebook with me, and I wrote down what horse it was, what track it was, how much I bet. I actually wrote it down, and I did it in small amounts, and I think I ended up winning 400, but I lost 700. And I actually went back to it again a few months later, because I heard from this guy who said that you can and when he said he used a gambling method called progressive betting, which his method was he bet a certain amount of money. Then if he lost, like he bet $1, if he lost the gamble, he doubles up the bet, $2. So if he wins, he earns $1 profit, and if he loses that, he doubles again. So now he doubles back to $4. I think they call this method, I think they call it the martingale betting method. When you keep doubling up every time after you lose, you keep doubling up until you win. But you know what the problem with all this logic and all this technical crap when it comes to online gambling, especially horse gambling in particular? You have to realize that a horse has an emotion. It's like with sports betting, you're forgetting you're dealing with emotional creatures. You're not dealing with a robot who's programmed to win at certain odds. Like, he's not programmed to win 3 times out of 7, so you're not going to get exactly the consistent results from the guy you're betting on. And with horses, sometimes the horse feels good and sometimes it feels bad. Your horse may not always win. And I see these so-called horse prediction guys. I forgot the name for these guys. There's a name for it. Horse jockey. I think it's called a horse jockey or whatever. And they write down the odds, and they tell you their special methods of how to win at horse betting. But you know what the sick part is that if they're winning with these methods, why the hell are they sharing with you? Why the hell are they letting the whole world knows? If the whole world knows about it, don't you think the racetrack people are gonna start noticing something suspicious going on? But it's like I see these people selling their special methods about, I already mentioned that already, how they how they try to predict horses. But from my experience, I tried a lot of different methods, and I actually wrote it down. I actually went to the same track. I actually used special odds when it came to horse betting. I made sure the horse that was win, I made sure he had odds of 1-to-1 or less. And I made sure horse 2 had, like, what was it? 3-to-1 3-to-1 odds or less. No, 3-to-1 odds or more for horse 2, and horse 3 I made sure had 3 odds or more, 3-to-1 odds or more. So my formula was horse 1 had odds 1, horse 2 had odds 3, horse 2 and 3 had odds of 3, so 1 and 3 was my special number for horse betting. But you know, it was all bullshit. But you know what, these odds, I guess the good thing that you could say maybe it was good was I didn't lose too much money. So at least it was somewhat, even see, the problem with horse betting is the payout is not good enough that even if the way I bet it was I bet on I bet my horse will win the top 3. I forgot what they. Oh, I think they call it your horse either wins, shows, or places. I think third place is place. I made sure my horse placed. So you know, so I made that those had the best odds when the horse places. So I made sure I bet those. But the problem with that is even if you win about, I'm willing to say about 50% of the time the payout is so low it doesn't justify. You still end up losing money even if it wins about 50 times or maybe a little bit more than 50%. Like, I think you have to win a pretty good percentage with, you know, if your horse places to actually make up for the loss, to make up for the amount that you betted. But he'll never win that much. I bet a lot, you know, for I bet a lot for several hours. I think I tried it for how long did I try? It was for pretty long periods. At least a week, for several hours every day trying to do this thing. And you know, and my horse, I mean, but all this logic, like I said, it was just complete nonsense, because a horse is an emotional creature. A human is an emotional creature. You bet on sports betting and these types of things, you're forgetting you're dealing with emotion here. True, you could say, you could go by the record. I mean, I remember, you know, in fighting, in combat sports, you know, one guy, he bet, there was 2 guys fighting. One was a champion, one was not a champion, one not as big as the other guy, and the other guy, everyone thought he was going to win. But then, you know, the other guy, the underdog, ended up winning, so everyone lost their money. It happens. Because you're dealing with emotional creatures. Sometimes a champion may feel sick. Sometimes he'll feel tired. I mean, these are human beings forcing a horse to race. I'm not even sure if the horse even wants to be racing. You know, so, you know, this is just my experience with horse betting, and I hope it helps other people realize that if you're going to be making it online, just stay away from this online horse betting, and maybe even sports betting, in particular, because I think for the long run you're going to probably end up losing money. You know, there's a difference between gambling and profiting. Profiting means that you know you're going to make money back for sure, 100%. You know you're going to make money back for sure. Gambling means gambling means that you know that you're going to win and you're going to lose, and you're okay with that. You like the highs and lows and feeling. You like getting shocked, and you like the elation when you win. So I hope this helps, guys. Let's reach the mountaintop, but let's enjoy the view while we get there. See you guys next time.